All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? Hopefully, people got notified. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we're live.
Yeah,
Thanks
we're
for having
live.
me.
Yeah, thank you for having us, Alex.
No problem. Wait. Oh, yep. Notifications did go out, so people will just start popping in a second.
Yeah. That's always weird.
Did you get notified of me?
Let me check. Yeah.
Great.
Watch live now. Some reason I always get it. A lot of people don't get notifications, but I usually get notifications.
I never get them.
For Giants Alliance, I don't get. You're streaming, David. I don't get notifications that much for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something I did because I never get notifications when people are live.
What's up, Jeff?
People are coming in.
Yeah, Dana Barry and Jeff.
Jeff in the zone. Daniel Barry, welcome to the stream.
Just waiting on Lewis, guys. He'll be here any minute.
Yeah. Yeah. But if it's
Hey, what's up, Daniel Barry?
In the meantime, we can.
Yeah, we can start talking.
Mm-hmm.
I just would like to see a few more people show up.
Yeah, I get that.
How
many people are watching? I don't have YouTube up.
There's 4 people currently watching.
I wish they would say on StreamYard how many people are watching. I don't get why.
Yeah, that's for me, not you. What's up, B Rhodes? Thanks for coming. All right, so what's up, Karan? What's up?
D Rose. Yeah.
No, don't. You're not late at all. I just started. I just started the stream.
Who said that late?
Nuzdar. Karan said that.
Oh.
So yeah, you got 8 people watching. People are starting to come in. What's up, everybody? What's up, Karan? Just to let you guys know, Lewis is running a little late. He'll be here whenever. So yeah, we can pretty much start this thing right up now. You guys can ask your questions, and yeah. What's up, Raphael? What's up, Nuzdar? What's up, everybody? So, I'm very happy to have Giants Alliance and Sports Critic on the channel, and Lewis. Speaking of which,
he's here. Yes.
Hey, what's up, Lewis?
What's up, Lewis?
What's going on, guys? Apologize.
Thank you for coming. Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, baseball's back. Some games on today. Yankees, Mets. That's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, guys, ask your questions. Awesome questions to ask. Like, I don't want to be too repetitive. Like, I've done a collab with all of you, so I pretty much have to be creative and come up with my own like creative questions because you get like ask the same question every time. Like, I can ask, what do you think the Giants' record will be? I'll start with Amir.
So I actually done these predictions many times, but I'm just going to say it. I think we're going to finish 7-9. Giants are going to finish 3rd in the division. In my opinion, I don't think we have enough yet to compete. And I mean, we have enough to compete, but I don't think we have enough to win the division. I still think the Cowboys and Eagles are better than us, but I think that even from 4 wins to 7 wins, that is an improvement. And I think maybe next year, we could be competing for like taking over the division, but that is my record 7-9 because we do have a really hard schedule with this coronavirus. You know, it's affecting a lot of things. I don't know how prepared our team's going to be. A new coach, there's a lot of new stuff. So that's just what I think.
I like it. 7-9. Giants Alliance, if you want to go.
Yeah, I think we can go anywhere from 6-9 to, or I would say 6-10. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
6-10 to 9-7. I think 9-7 is our ceiling. Yeah. So I'm gonna pick that just because I do like our new coaching staff a lot. I think our offense can be pretty explosive. I think Daniel Jones will make a leap in year 2 with an improved offensive line. Hopefully our receivers can stay healthy, especially Evan Ingram, who I think is the most athletic tight end in the NFL.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit worried about our defense still. I don't think we have a good enough pass rush. So anywhere from 6-10 to 9-7 in that range is where I think we're going to be. And I'm just going to be optimistic and say 9-7 because I think in a kind of strange offseason and strange season that this will be, I think the coaching staff will play a really big role. And I think that hopefully we get lucky this year, because I feel like we've lost a lot of close games the last few years. So I think for once we can be lucky, and that's why I'm picking 9-7.
Yeah. Is that like your ceiling, 9-7?
Yeah, that's my ceiling. I don't see us doing any better than that. We definitely I think our defense is still gonna struggle a little bit because like our linebackers, I don't think are overly athletic. I think our edge rushers is our biggest weakness. And then our even our cornerbacks are very unproven, and we don't know what's gonna happen with DeAndre Baker. So yeah, I could see us going 6-10. But I don't see us doing any worse than that. You know what I mean? I think we'll definitely be better than last year.
We gotta see improvement. 6 to 8 wins is where I see us going. And if you want to give your prediction for the Giants, Louis, you can.
Absolutely. My personal prediction for the Giants, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to go actually 8-8. It's possible that we could get 9 wins. I'm going to try to go for that ceiling, but I don't think we're going to get more than that. The floor is going to obviously be 6-10, but I'm going 8-8 with the Giants, so I'm going to take a bold prediction. I agree with David on the defense. I just think with Patrick Graham and his scheme, I really wish we were going with a 4-3, but we're going to go with the 3-4 instead. Our biggest weakness is on that pass rush when it comes to the edge, because we need athletic playmakers that can collapse the pocket. That way, it would create more penetration gaps to get to the quarterback. So, because of that, our defense is going to struggle. I really am interested to see. I really want to hope that at least, because I'm kind of excited for Xavier McKinney. I hope he gets some snaps. I was actually watching his workouts, yesterday, and he was working a lot He works a lot on cardio, so I thought that he would be working kind of like a little bit more strength, just kind of being kind of physical. But the thing is, he really likes to make plays on the football, so he does have a nose for the football. So, I really hope that he does get an opportunity to play. He probably might get a few snaps. I don't think it's gonna obviously be a lot. But I think in terms of our offense, I think we should be we're definitely going to be improved in terms of the NFL, because we have a lot of speed with our receiving core. I'm hoping Evan Ingram can stay healthy, and if he does, I think he's going to have a big year. I'm interested also with the whole Darius Slayton thing, only because it's possible that because we're going to a spread, he might not get as many touches. But the fact that he was able to get that many yards for a fifth round pick, which is the most ever, I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 8-8 for the Giants.
I like
as our ceiling.
I would love that.
6-10 as the floor.
Yeah, I love it. I just want to say hi to some people in the chat. What's up, Colby, Brandon Rogers, Gold Simmons, Jack Juke? And I saw a question up above. Paper Portal has a good question. Do you agree with Evan Ingram being rated higher than both Mark Andrews and Darren Waller? I was surprised that Evan Ingram was ranked higher. I don't know if you guys follow that Madden range, but what do you think? Do you think Evan Ingram should have been rated higher? I'll start with Louis for this one.
I never really. The crazy thing about Madden is that I never really trust their rankings, especially. I know I was kind of pissed off at looking at just for the running backs, for example, because I was focused on that a lot. But I think it's one of those things where you're just gonna have to wait and see, because obviously the football, being on the football field is obviously gonna really more so produce the numbers, and how the games go now. They always adjust to how a player does week in and week out. So, I guess it was a little bit of a surprise, but I'm not going to say totally. I look at it this way: at least we have a Giants that was actually rated higher. With the way that Saquon was treated, I was pissed off about looking at those. But you know what? Like I said, I'm okay with it, because at the end of the day, it's what you're going to do on the football field that's really going to matter the most when all these rankings get adjusted. It's Madden, so it's nothing new with that.
Yeah, great point. Just everybody subscribe to every one of these content creators. Links are in the description. Make sure you subscribe to them if you're not. And GA, if you want to go, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I just made a whole video on the Giants rankings. I was surprised. I thought Evan Ingram's Madden rating was actually fair. He had an 88. And I also wrote an article recently, like ranking the top 10 tight ends in the NFL. I think Mark Andrews is the 4th best tight end. I think he's really good. I would not rate Ingram higher than him. He was the favorite target of Lamar Jackson last year. He had 10 touchdowns, which led all tight ends in 2019. So I think Andrews is better at this point. He was a really good tight end at Oklahoma as well. So yeah, I think Andrews is better. Waller definitely had a better season last year than Ingram, but I don't think it's fair to give him a higher rating at this point because he's only done it for one season. He's been in the league for I think 3 or 4 years, but he hasn't really done anything until last year. And he's like super athletic. I don't know if he's more athletic than Ingram. It's pretty close. So yeah, I would put Ingram ahead of Waller just because Ingram's more proven, even though he's been hurt a lot the last 2 years. He's been down. He was going to have a career year last year. I think he was on pace for 88 catches. So I think Ingram was actually one of the only players on the entire Giants roster that was properly rated by Madden, because even Barkley was underrated, especially Daniel Jones. That was ridiculous to have a 72. He was actually rated worse than Wayne Gallman. And I know they don't play the position, but there's a chance that Gallman doesn't even make the team this year. So for him to be rated higher than Daniel Jones is just ridiculous to me. And there's so many players like that, even our first round pick, Andrew Thomas, number 4 overall pick, was rated 71 by Madden. Even though PFF has him ranked as the best offensive tackle in all of college football, that was in the draft. So yeah, I think the guy purposely makes the Giants players worse because it just gets a rise out of the Giants fans, and then they start talking about it on social media, and it gets more attention for the game. So that's my theory. That's my theory about it.
And good point. Jack Juke says, "Are you a Giants fan, Sports Critic?" Well, is it obvious he's wearing a Giants hat?
Anyway,
he's of course a Giants fan. All right, you can go now, Amir.
Yeah. So anyway, I really don't care about Madden ratings because a lot of them have been really wrong, except the Saquon, especially the Saquon Barkley one has just been crazy. How they really, did him wrong. But anyway, getting to the question, I think that Evan Ingram only got rated higher because he has more potential than the other guys. The other guys had better seasons. I agree with that. I agree with Mark Andrews had a better season. So did Waller. But I think they're really going by potential. Evan Ingram, when healthy, could be better than both of those guys, I think. But last year, both of those guys were better than Ingram, and Ingram got hurt. So I'm kind of surprised that they gave Ingram a better overall. Should the other ones have? Yeah, but it's Madden. Can't take it really seriously at the end. They've really messed up a lot of the ratings.
They have. I mean, it's just I really could care less at this point. I mean, it's just we all know that Barkley should have been at least a 97. I feel, and DJ, that's just disrespect. I mean, he should be near an 80 if you had to ask me. I really don't get it. So if you guys have any questions you want to bring up a topic, you can. To see what's up, Robin with Dirty Rob in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, Gronk got 95. That was wait.
I think that was overrated as hell. He didn't even play last season. How's he at 95?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know how you could put him over. They put him over Ertz, I believe. That's ridiculous.
He's gonna get a lot of single coverage because they have Mike Evans and then Godwin at receiver.
Yeah.
So I feel this is the least amount of attention he's gonna get from defense in a very long time. But at the same time, like you said, he didn't play all of last year.
Yeah.
And I feel the year before on the Patriots, he was getting hurt all the time. So, 95 is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think just because he's a popular player, that's why they gave it to him. He got a lot of single.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Barkley ran for over 1,000 yards for 12 games. The disrespect is real. Yeah, it's real. 1,000. And he was hampered by an injury, so he should have been much higher. EA just does not like the Giants. That's the consensus I'm getting from the EA. It's just why did the Giants get so much hate everywhere? It's no one wants to give the Giants a chance. I think that we could have an underrated team. Everyone wants to shit on us. I'm tired of it. People gotta give the Giants a chance.
Yeah, and I didn't like Barkley's speed rating was a 93, and he wasn't in the top 10 fastest running backs.
He wasn't even in the top 3 running backs, which is weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, and they just had a poll where they like asked the actual players in the NFL and the coaches who the best running back was, and he got first place. So I feel like their opinion matters a lot more than some guy who's a Cowboys fan and he makes Madden ratings for, you know what I mean? So yeah, it shouldn't really matter that much, but I feel like the players do care because a lot of them grew up playing the game, so they get like offended by the ratings and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You have something to add, Amir?
No, I just say I don't care about the ratings.
No.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
they change anyway. You know, they update and they go up and down. So we'll see.
Kobe Sports has an interesting question. What Giants do we hate? I'm assuming you mean on the team currently. I'll think about that one. Louis, if you want to go first, or Giants wise, yeah, he can go first. Yeah, who do you hate the most, Louis, on the team right now? I think I'll start. I think
I already know my answer.
I know mine is Nate.
Can I go, Alex, please?
Yes, mine is Nate.
DeAndre Baker is the one that I hate the most. This guy has done nothing last season. He was terrible. Didn't learn the playbook.
That's
he also, this year he got in that whole mess with the guns, and then he paid off people to stay quiet. He's just been a mess all over. I think we should cut him. I don't know why he's on the team. Just get him out. I hate him. DeAndre Baker. That's the guy I hate the most right now.
Yeah, Baker's absolutely one of mine. Like Solder and Baker, I hate. Baker has to clean his act up. He can get cut. We're just waiting to see if it was like if that was the case where he just paid off his witnesses. But there's like no true evidence yet. So I think when there's the evidence, we should definitely cut him. Unfortunately, got something to add, Louis?
No, whatchamacallit? I was actually going to ask a question, but I'm going to say though, but I'm going to say that I can't lie. The fact that DeAndre Baker put himself in this situation is like really baffling me. And the fact is like, if you're not going to take the time to learn the playbook, it's like, why are you even on this team? So it's just like really a waste of time. So like, it stinks, but it's like, if you're the Giants, again, you're trying to change the culture. And it's like, if DeAndre Baker is doing things like this, you got to take him out, because it's like you don't want to have that as part of your culture. That's the last thing. You don't want it to have a trickle-down effect. So, and it's like, as bad as it is, I honestly will cut DeAndre Baker at this point, especially if it's not going to look good if he gets caught actually, paying off those people, what is it, over 55? Yeah, I'm not with that. So if that's the case, we have to cut DeAndre Baker.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what Giants fans most hated player on the Giants is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate him as a person. I just hate his play on the field. Like everything indicates that he's a very good guy off the field, and that is Nate Solder. I think Nate Solder, when he was brought into the Giants, was the highest paid offensive lineman in NFL history, and he was supposed to kind of fix our offensive line issues. So I don't blame Gettleman for trying, because he did pay Solder all that money, but obviously he's been the wrong guy. He was okay his first season. He wasn't terrible, but last year he gave up over 59 pressures, and I feel like there were some plays like against the Bears, for example, where Khalil Mack just like ran right around him, and there was no chance for Daniel Jones to really do anything. So yeah, I do not love Nate Solder. I think,
hey, we hate Nate Solder.
I think he could be a little better this year.
Rob's being sarcastic. Yeah,
it's hard to tell through text, but yeah,
I think he's being sarcastic. But yeah, it's like I like him as a person, and I do think he'll play better this year if he does end up playing. But I also think there's a chance that he's going to opt out, because that was something talked about recently, where players have until August 1st to put it down in writing that they want to opt out this season. And that could be interesting, because like I feel like if he does opt out, I don't know how it would impact the salary cap.
Yeah.
But he makes a lot of money. Like I think over $13 million. So maybe, I don't know if it's possible, but there's a possibility we can use that money on like a really good defensive player, because there's a lot of good free agents left. So yeah, that would be interesting.
How much cap did the Giants have next offseason? Like $52 million, I believe.
Yeah, well, I mean, Leonard Williams isn't signed for next year. So same with Solder. I feel like Golden Tate might not be on the team.
Tate will be gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, so I feel like our salary cap situation is pretty good.
Yeah.
we have $52 million in cap for next year.
Mm-hmm.
We have $52 million in cap for next year.
Did you have a question you wanted to ask about Louis?
Louis said yes.
So I know when Giants Alliance had my Cowboys family on his stream yesterday, and he got into kind of the running back discussion a little bit in terms of the top 3 running backs. It was interesting because, obviously we're talking about guys like McCaffrey and Saquon, and then you even have Zeke. But I wanted to ask, like, when you think of like really all phases, like who do you guys think is honestly like the best running back? And I know Zeke has like more years on them, but if we just look at overall talent, who do you guys think is the better running back between those 3?
Between Zeke, Barkley, and McCaffrey, you said?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll start. I think Barkley is the most talented quarterback I'm not quarterback. He's the most talented running back in the league, I would say. I think he was touched by the hand of God. I love that quote by Gettleman. I got to go Barkley. Of course, I'm being a homer saying Barkley because I'm a Giants fan, but I genuinely think he's the most talented and the best running back in the league. Amir, if you want to, what do you got?
I think it's Barkley. McCaffrey's a close second. Zeke is the third on my list for that. I think that Barkley just, last year he's been really good with a team that's had a terrible offensive line. Now this year we improve it a little bit, and I think that he's going to be catching more passes, and if he could stay healthy. He was also injured last season, which cost him big. I think he got over 1,000 yards even when he was injured. So imagine with the fully 16 games and better offensive line, I think he's better. And also, I just think Christian McCaffrey, the Panthers just used him so much. They threw him the ball, they ran him the ball. I'm not saying he's not talented. To me, he's number 2, but I think that's the reason why he had better numbers overall, and he was healthy throughout the whole year.
Mm-hmm. Very good point. GA.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's interesting because that's a really interesting question because they all have different strengths and weaknesses. Like McCaffrey's the best receiver. I think Elliott's the best at getting those tough yards. He's the best in like short yardage, and he's definitely the most physical, I think, out of all of them. But I think best all around is Barkley. And I'm actually hoping that the Giants will run him out of shotgun more, which sounds weird, but that's what he did at Penn State. Like if you watch his Penn State highlights, most of his runs were out of shotgun. And then also Daniel Jones played in shotgun a lot at Duke. So I'm hoping they do a lot of those like RPO plays. Because I feel like Daniel Jones is really good at that, and he's good at reading the linebackers and knowing when to hand off, when to make like an accurate pass. So I think it's Barkley. I would put McCaffrey second. I agree with Amir. I think it's really close because he is such a good receiver, and he's actually a really like tough runner as well. He's not like a scat back or anything. And then Elliott is close too, because Elliott is probably the best blocker. That's what my Cowboys family was talking about. He's like a really good pass blocker. So they're all pretty close, but I would put the same order as you guys.
Yeah. We got a good question right here. Do you guys think Giants should sign Saquon to a long-term deal this year? Yeah, that's the plan. I would like to. Much longer is he on his rookie deal? Is it after this year? Does anybody know?
I'm not 100% about that. I think it's after. I think it's not after this year, but I feel like it's one more year after this year is when he would be.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, we'll definitely sign him to a long term. This guy has to be here for the next 10 to 15 years. This guy is a generational running back. We can't afford to lose this guy. I mean, he's our building piece that we're supposed to build around. We want to be a power running football team. This is the guy. You keep this guy. We build around him. Starting off with building a good offensive line. We got Andrew Thomas. I love that pick. We're going in the right direction, I see. McCaffrey better despite the enormous workloads. Oh yeah, he's like the best part.
That's fair. I mean, I don't have it. McCaffrey's amazing, so we're really arguing between 1 and 2. It's not.
that reminds me. I was going to ask all of you. I'll start with Louis. What do you think the Giants' offensive line should look like? So from left to right, what do you think it should look like? Who do you want to be in which position?
Wow, that's pretty interesting because I know that our offensive line, definitely I thought we did really well in the draft with some of the pieces that we picked up, and it's interesting because of where I want the pieces to be at. Obviously with Andrew Thomas, and then you obviously have Shane Lemieux. I just think it's interesting because I'm hoping Shane Lemieux could, possibly play center because I just think that his skill set would be perfect for that position. I think, with his I just think that his athleticism and then his hands, I think would be perfect for the center position. I do like Andrew Thomas so that Andrew Thomas can stay at on the left side. So there's that, and I honestly think that that actually would be great because then I'm also interested about Kyle Murphy though because he's another interesting guy too. I'm wondering if they're gonna have him. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be interesting to see because I wonder what they're gonna try to. Mark Colombo was a big pickup, so I'm gonna say that too. So working with those guys is going to be, well. I know some people are not like too high on it, but I honestly like it. I think they're gonna be the offensive line is gonna be much better under him. But it's going to be interesting because when you look at this whole team, I feel like there's going to be a lot of mixing and matching on the O-line to see where everybody fits. And then on top of that, defense, even when we're going with the 4-3, that's actually also going to be there's going to be a lot of moving pieces to see where guys are going to fit in terms of where their skill set fits on defense. So, but if it was me, I would love to have Shane Lemieux at center, even though I don't know if it's going to happen. But that's where I would have him, and hopefully Thomas could stick at the left guard position.
Yeah. Great point. David, what do you think the O-line should look like?
So this isn't the O-line that I think will be the starting offensive line, but this is what I'm hoping for. I would put Andrew Thomas at left tackle, Hernandez at left guard, center. I agree with Louis. I would definitely want Lemieux there. I think he has the highest upside. He's a really good run blocker. And that's the kind of identity that you were talking about, Alex, where we're going to be a running football team.
Yeah.
So, right guard, obviously Zeitler is going to stay there. And then right tackle, I would probably just start out Solder, even though he has like the lowest floor. If he plays bad, he's like really bad. So I would start out Solder there. And then if he's really bad, you can put in Cam Fleming.
Yeah, Cam Fleming I like that guy actually.
Damn, Giants Alliance, you stole every single thing. That's exactly mine.
I like Lewis's point about Murphy though. I feel like Kyle Murphy,
he's under
at center because he was he played every single position in college at Rhode Island, and he was a really good run blocker too. So I feel like he's a dark horse. People don't really talk about him, but I could definitely see Kyle Murphy, sneaking up on the competition in a sense.
Oh, is he like a prospect in next year's draft, Kyle Murphy?
No, Kyle Murphy was actually our highest paid undrafted free agent.
Oh,
I feel like he could actually compete for center. He played center in college. Like Lemieux didn't play center. I feel like Lemieux definitely has higher upside and better pedigree. But I'm hoping Lemieux wins. I just don't like Spencer Pulley. I don't want Spencer Pulley as our starting center, although it seems like
they're probably going to go with him originally. But I think Lemieux, I agree with you on that one. Yeah. Lemieux.
Yeah, I think Pulley's going to end up winning it just because this is a really short and strange offseason, and he has the most experience by far.
Yeah, I think Pulley will start the center or Nick Gates. I don't know what we're going to do with Nick Gates. I mean, I think Pulley has a good shot, and right guard. With Nick, who's our right? Oh,
Zeitler. He's starting.
Yeah, we have a lot of depth at the offensive line, which is a good thing. We also have Matt Pert, who's a developmental project. I don't think he'll start this year at all. I think he's going to sit out, and I think next year we can see what he can do.
Right.
Do you want to add anything, Amir, or I'll just take another question?
Oh, no, you can take another question because, like I said, I think me and Giants Alliance have talked about this, and we've had like the same offensive line. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much
We've definitely talked about this multiple times.
Yeah, like Andrew Thomas, Will Hernandez, Lemieux, Zeitler, and Solder. I think he should definitely start with right tackle. I don't want to see the other, because I've seen a lot of people saying Solder should be left tackle and Andrew Thomas should be right. No, I want to see that. I know a lot of Giants fans have different opinions, but I actually agree with Giants Alliance on this very much so.
Yeah. What's up, Anonymous? What's up, D-Rose, Dirty Rob, Alex, Everett? Thank you, guys. Oh, Kobe has a great question, and this is something I think we should do next offseason. Do you think Giants should add a receiver in free agency or the draft next season? Who would you want? Oh, well, I don't know much receivers in next year's draft besides Jamar Chase. That's like the only one that comes to my mind. I don't know. I don't want to draft a receiver in the first round, maybe like the later rounds, but I think maybe we go after a free agent. I don't know who's going to be free agent next year. Really have not dug into that yet. So Amir, what do you think?
I'll be honest. I'm like you. I haven't really looked at who's the free agents. I got to look at who's the free agents for wide receivers. Plus, usually, veteran wide receivers are harder to get than people in the draft. I wonder, but like you said, Chase is the only guy I know. Because college football hasn't even started, none of this. So it's too early to talk about draft for me.
We don't even know if college football is going to start.
Yeah, we don't even know if there is going to be a college football season this year. So I hate to say it, but I really don't know. But I mean, if we could get like you said, I don't want a guy in the first round.
No.
We should get like a defensive end in the first round.
Yeah, we need pass
rushers. Like later rounds, you get away.
Yeah, we need a pass rusher. I can't stress that enough. That's our biggest hole on our whole team right now. I mean, we improved our offensive line. We have no pass rush. Marcus Golden, Lorenzo Carter. We don't have like a number one guy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you want to add anything, Louis or GA, you can. GA, I'll start with you, or Louis. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, in terms of the wide receivers, I haven't seen like the free agency in terms of who we could actually get, to really help with our offense. But I know because it's going to be an interesting year just because of the fact, just looking at the potential with our teams, because we don't have a legit number one, but it's like we have 3 number 2s. So you're kind of hoping that maybe one of these guys like hopefully having a breakout year when you're talking about Ingram, Slayton. We already know Saquon is like our best like overall player when it comes to receiving and rushing combined, because he's pretty much our offense. And I know Joe Judge is going to emphasize running the football. The 2021 draft class, I'm looking, it's pretty deep when it comes to the wide receiving core. I mean, it's pretty deep. We're talking about, they got Jamar Chase, Terran Marshall, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Rondell Moore, Rashad Bateman. Like it's a pretty deep draft. So in case of I don't know, let's say that we don't have like the season that we expect, that we're probably like a 6-10 or something like that. I'm really hoping for an 8-8, or as Giants Alliance said, a 9-7 season. But when you look at this draft, it's pretty super deep. And if we can't get free agent, like a wide receiver free agent, like, because we definitely do need a number one. But I do agree with you, Alex. Like our pass rush is our biggest need.
Yes.
But yeah, if we're not able to sign with wide receiver, I said we get help with our edge, because we really do need a pass rush.
Yeah, I like it, man. Edge rusher, that's what we need. If we can't get to the quarterback, then just stop playing. I mean, that's the point. You want to get to the quarterback. We had no pressure at all last year. Like the quarterback had like all day to throw, look for the receiver, and that's not good for our whole team or the whole defense. Kobe makes a good point. Juju is a free agent next year. That's an interesting point.
Yeah, I would love Juju because I feel like Golden Tate is not the best fit with Sterling Shepard. They're both better in the slot.
Yeah.
So Juju is much better on the outside, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
If we don't go in the free agency route, though, there's a lot of really, like Louis said, this is a really good draft for receivers, even better than this year. So next year's draft is loaded with receivers. I think we don't have like a true number one. Hopefully Slayton can develop into that. But Jamar Chase would just be perfect. I could see him being a top 5 pick though. And hopefully we don't pick in the top 5. And then Devonta Smith out of Alabama. Alabama every single year has like an elite wide receiver.
Yeah.
He was really good. He was really good last year. So I feel like he would be a good fit because he's an outside receiver. He's kind of big, and obviously he's very fast. So Devonta Smith in the draft next year is what I'm hoping for. If we're not in like the Jamar Chase range, or Juju. Juju was really good a couple of years ago. Last year he didn't have a good quarterback to throw the ball to him. So yeah, I think receiver is going to be an issue next year because I don't see Tate being on the team too much longer.
Yeah, he's not part of this long term like Giants. He's not part of that. Next year for sure. Yeah.
I would like Juju, but I wouldn't want to overpay for him. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
The market is high, but if we can get him for a good price, then I would love to have him.
I think Juju's number one.
It's like the way we're building our team, we're going to be like a run first team.
Yeah.
And we need so much help on defense. I would rather spend money on defense.
I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Than someone like Juju. Like if you get a good price on Juju,
I mean, of course,
I wouldn't mind. But yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. D-Rose. Oh yeah, you can go, Louis.
Oh no, I was just gonna say with the fact that I know that Juju is really more so a number 2, but I think the fact that because he's an outside threat, if we could get him for cheap, I think he would fit great in the system. Since we're being a spread offense, he would be really good on our team. Even if we don't have a number 1, I would like Juju Smith on this team because he is another. Again, he has the speed and he has solid hands, and that would be a nice target for Daniel Jones. And it would be. And the thing is, he doesn't even have to worry about being double because he's not receiving that kind of attention that a number 1 would get. So, because he's with other pretty good, with a pretty good receiving core, I should say.
Yeah, he proved he wasn't really a number 1 last year because like he was a lot better when Antonio Brown was getting all the attention a couple of years ago.
Totally. I was not even on Juju last year. I had a feeling it was because AB was there and he was kind of like this other guy. But it didn't surprise me why Juju was not that so good last year.
Yeah, like 2 years ago I had him in fantasy and he was a beast. But I didn't have him last year. He didn't really do anything last year, but you don't know how much of that was the quarterback because Mason Rudolph was really bad. And he'll have Big Ben back this year. So
yeah. Sports Edit says he feels like every time he watches one of my streams, Sports Critic is here. Well, he is here for most of my streams, so it makes sense. And Giants Alliance and Lewis are also here for most of my streams too, which I appreciate. Thank you guys so much. If anybody wants to add anything to what we're talking about, feel free to just speak up. It's all right.
Happy birthday to Jesse Bryan. He says his birthday is on Monday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, I appreciate he comments on my videos all the time, so I really appreciate that. I appreciate the support.
You have a lot of great videos. I was watching your email. Wait, no, that was Lewis. You're the one who posted that Eli Manning touchdown runs. That was pretty great. I watched that. That was really good.
Yeah, the crazy thing about Eli is that I know people kind of give him a flag, but it's like he was just really sneaky good with his touchdown runs that he doesn't get enough credit. And I thought that his some of the plays that he would call, the thing is, I give the Mannings a lot of credit, both him and Peyton, because anytime that they got the opportunity and see an open field, they always took advantage of it when the defense was spread out. If they see a hole, they're actually going to try to go for that first down. And Manning and Eli he did pretty good. So. I know he gets a lot of flack, but I just think that some of the things that Eli did was just underrated. And I say this: if you're telling me that he's not a Hall of Famer, I look at a guy like Troy Aikman, for example. And this is no disrespect to Troy Aikman at all, but I know that he played with one of the greatest running backs ever. He had a pretty good receiving core. Michael Irvin is in the Hall of Fame. Great, he played with one of the best defenses ever during their 3 Super Bowl runs. So, and I'm like, and if you look at Eli has one of the best completion percentages as a quarterback in the postseason. So, and you look at his career, he threw for even more yards than Troy Aikman did, because Troy Aikman, I think, he's just under like 33,000. Whereas Eli is he's in the top 10 all time in passing yards. So I'm asking myself, why is it that he can't get in? And he won 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I don't think Troy Aikman even won a Super Bowl MVP in his time in Dallas. So I'm just like, how is Eli not a Hall of Famer? To me, doesn't make sense.
And I feel and I also feel like we were both underdogs going into the playoffs. I mean, no one gave us a shot. Yeah. So I think I think those two playoff. Oh, I'm sorry. I think those 2 playoff runs alone will absolutely get him into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys make a really good point. Like, Troy Aikman was on such a talented team. Like, I know he won 3 Super Bowls, but Eli in 2011 basically carried that team on his back in the regular season. There were so many comeback wins and so many close wins. And then, Alex, like your point about the playoff runs, like he beat Aaron Rodgers in his prime when Aaron Rodgers was 15-1 that year, an MVP. He beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl in 2007. That was like the best year a quarterback has ever had. And he beat him head to head.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the game, he drove down the field. And like so many of those games, the game against San Francisco, that was like an all-time great defense with Patrick Willis and Justin and Alden Smith. So, yeah, like I think Louis is like hit the nail on the head when he said his long-term stats, he's in the top 10 in like everything. And then you add that to his 2 Super Bowls. I don't know why it's like even a debate to people that he's not like a Hall of Famer. So, yeah, he's definitely in the Hall of Fame.
I'm really tired of having this conversation with people. It's like, what the hell?
But so many people, I don't know why. So many people are like, no, he's not a Hall of Famer. So
Yeah, I don't get those people.
I think they say that just to like piss us off because they know we're Giants fans. They're like, okay, you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're Patriot fans.
Yeah.
Enjoy your game night, Karan. Yeah, I missed some questions. Let's see. You're some higher up. Let's see. Dirty Rob has some good points.
What do you?
Let's see. I'm just looking up in the chat. And again, you guys can bring up.
I have a question for like anyone. What sport are you most excited about for coming back? Because like baseball and basketball are both coming back in like the next week or so.
Yeah.
So are you more excited about baseball regular season on like every day, or basketball is kind of intense because it's like the playoffs are starting so soon, and there's like a short regular season, I think. So
great question.
Great question.
To both of them, baseball and basketball. Surprisingly, baseball, because I'm just trying to get in. I'm starting to get into it now. Amir knows all about that. I'm trying to watch the Yankees more this year. I want to learn baseball. I know a lot of people on here know baseball. I want to get into it, and I'm going to make that a goal of mine. So, yeah.
Yeah, Louis, you stream like during the games too, right? Because Amir was saying he does that, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, go ahead, Louis. No, he was asking.
So I had started streaming games late last year, and I do it with another YouTuber. So, and we're coming back on the 30th. So we're actually doing a doubleheader. We're doing Jazz and Pelicans and then Lakers Clippers, and then also I am actually going to be doing the Yankees and the Nationals when they come back. I might even do a spring training game. So because I'm a huge baseball fan. And I was actually the Yankees and the Mets are actually right now doing a spring training game, obviously right now. And so what they did was they put cardboard cutouts of people at home plate, and they actually are putting in crowd noise. So I'm guessing they're going to. I know you guys heard about the Blue Jays. They got denied access to be able to play in the Rogers Center, so they're not going to be able to do that. So that's interesting for them. The Nationals almost didn't get to play, so they got cleared so that they're able to play on Thursday. But yeah, I'm actually excited for both sports because again, we haven't had sports in a long time. Like I said, I thought that the NFL looks like it was working on time. I know that they're also going to have some stadiums are going to have be able to have fans in there so that they'll be able to. And like I said, because you have 80,000 to 90,000 people, and if you look at Dallas Stadium, 100,000 people at the Reliance Stadium, they'll be able to spread people out. So it's going to be weird, obviously, but it'll be able to work because the fact that they have so many seats in the stadium. But yeah, I'm excited that basketball and baseball's back, honestly. And that way I get to stream, get to see, other people, come and just talk baseball, talk basketball, and hopefully, like I said, football as well once that comes back.
Yeah, I've never streamed during a game. I'm curious though, what is harder? Because baseball, there's so much downtime between the pitches, and then basketball, it's like very fast paced, so you got to be able to like talk fast and know all the players' names, and like it's like more fast paced. So is like one harder than the other? I guess Amir, you do both.
I really want to talk about this. Okay, so I've done both basketball and baseball. Basketball is harder to call, but I feel like a lot of fun. Baseball is more chill, more relaxed. You get to interact with the people more that are commenting, and I think Louis has done both too, right? Louis, am I correct about that? That you've done both, basketball and baseball? You said.
Yeah, I've done both.
Yeah, so that's why, like, for me, if you ask me which one am I more excited about, though, I would say basketball a little more than baseball, only because it's 8 games and then it's the playoffs. Baseball, we're gonna have to watch 60 games and then it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
the baseball season is going to be, it's like every game counts so much more than usual, you know?
And I already know where the Magic stand right now. You know, they're making the playoffs no matter what. So the Cardinals, I mean, I hope they do. I think I'm really optimistic about them this season, St. Louis Cardinals. But yeah, but for me, like I said, basketball is hard to call because you got to be really paying attention. You got to be calling every single thing. It happens so fast, you know, and baseball, you can be a little more relaxed, more chilled. For me, that's why I like calling baseball a little more sometimes. But also, I feel like basketball streams, though, you'll get more people in your chats because it's more international than baseball, surprisingly.
Oh, yeah, there's such a big fan base in Asia for basketball. Like China, I actually lived in China for 2 years, so I would show the football games in class, like teaching them about American culture, and they were not interested at all in American football. They're kind of into soccer, like they watch like the European leagues, but basketball is just so popular, and I know that's true in like the Philippines and stuff too. So
oh my god,
you get that too, Louis? Like in basketball, you get people from like all over the world, like watching your streams and stuff.
Usually, like, and I know Alex has been when I've watched some of his stuff do it, and it's like you get so many different people. I've had people come from New Zealand, I've had Spain, I've had China, I've had Australia, I've had England. So yeah, because basketball is such a global game, and you have to thank the Dream Team for that in '92. So that's one of the biggest reasons why that basketball is so global. So it's very such a popular sport. I kind of wish I know that football at times that they do travel when they have to play these games like in London and stuff when they do that. So I kind of wish that football could find a way to make itself and be a little more global. I think it would really garner a huge interest from people around the world. But because things like basketball and now even baseball is starting to get even more international too. Like those are kind of like the popular sports as of right now. And obviously soccer, because it's the biggest thing, especially, you know, with World Cups and MLS and stuff. But yeah, like I hope one of these days football can become a popular sport because, like I said, it's a beautiful game, and like I really wish that more people around the world could actually really give it a chance.
Yeah, I feel like it's getting a little more popular in Europe. But Alex, do you stream the games and stuff too?
Oh,
I just started following all you guys. Like,
I've been calling the Nets games. I think basketball is my favorite thing to do because it's a global sport. You get people from everywhere around the world, so I think that's really cool. I love calling football too. I'm a passionate Giants fan. They're my number one sports team. Basketball, I might start calling baseball. Just give it a try. Why do I have to lose?
What happened?
oh no, it's Alex.
I think he lost connection or something.
No.
But yeah, basketball is the most. When you get to calling these games, basketball is the most fun because you get the most people, even more than football. You know.
Sorry about that.
Globally, basketball, like football, is by far the most popular in America, but globally.
I'll tell you what I did actually. So what I did for football was I stopped calling individual games and I actually called the red zone last year, and I got a lot more people in red zone because people were coming in for fantasy updates.
Yeah, when the Giants aren't playing, that's what I watch. I just watch red zone because you see like
I love red zone. I'm so addicted to it because it's like, you know, whichever game they're like right next to the touchdown. You know, I love red zone.
Yeah, red zone.
That's a good idea.
What's up, NFL News Show? I want to get to Rob's question or comment. He left a lot here. Basketball goes really fast, and there isn't room for chatters and stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. Like hockey, basketball, they're fast.
Yeah.
They get like no time to talk. Only a commercial break or if there's a timeout. Baseball more laid back and chat oriented. You don't have to know MLB history when calling baseball games. Yes, that's what's great about calling baseball. You can just chill out, look at the chat more often. That's the difference.
Baseball's like you need to be like a better announcer in a way for baseball because you have to just fill in so much dead time with like interesting stories.
Yeah,
or I guess with like YouTube you can like talk with the chat, but that's also a skill.
Yeah,
that's the best thing with baseball is you can interact with the chat more because you have more time. You know, because it's very slow compared to the other sports.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I did I did an Atlanta Braves video talking about the Braves, and they were doing practice. So they were having an intra squad game, and it was one of the most chill live streams I had. I had, you know, some of the guys that were here, and then even some new ones actually, you know, who ended up subscribing to the channel, and I I was throwing at them some Braves history because it's like, I've been watching baseball for like, as long as I have, and it was cool just to have just to have the back and forth, even though you're like waiting for the pitcher to throw the pitch, you're waiting for the hitter to hit, because it's always because baseball is really a reactionary type of game. As soon as the ball is hit, it's like that's when everybody's moving. You have to stay on your toes, but it's like you have to wait for that ball is to be hit to be alert. Whereas basketball, it's back and forth, waiting for like, and football can be pretty fast when you're going no huddle. So tempo goes really quick unless it's like if there's a timeout or obviously you have 30 seconds to, run a play.
Yeah.
But, and I think football has actually a good balance of mix between when you can go no huddle really fast going down the end zone, but at least with basketball, it's back and forth. It's like with football, it's like you're going all the way, marching one end to the end zone at least, and the defense has to stop you all the way throughout the field. So it's interesting how these sports are.
It's interesting. And for football, I'm just like living. I'm a diehard. I live and die with every play. I'm just like screaming at the television. I'm just like, that's like the most passionate sport I can watch. I just love the Giants so much. And I'm sure you guys are like that too. Like you're so passionate for our teams. And
I got a question for you guys. What's your favorite, what's the best thrilling part that you get in a football game? Like what's something that is like it's like really exciting, like in a football game, like one particular thing that you get very excited about.
A huge touchdown.
For me, it's the Giants. Like I just because Eli's been the quarterback for so long, since I was like 16 years old in 2004, and just like him dropping back and then making a long completion was just the best feeling. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if that's the kind of answer you're looking for, but just like,
that's all right.
Yeah, like a long pass. Like if he hit like Victor Cruz on one of those bombs in 2011, I would just go nuts. Or, just like a long first down completion. Also running the ball, just like running the ball down like a team's throat. I guess those are my two answers. I don't know if that's the kind of answer.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna.
I like it.
After me, I'll let you talk, Amir. I really enjoy watching these big runs for a touchdown. I love that. It's just the thrill of watching Saquon run all the way down the field, knowing he's going to get into the end zone. And I love the deep balls, as you said. I love that. It was fun when OBJ was here. You can see all these snap routes taken to the house, these deep balls by Eli. I love that. I mean, touchdowns is the best part, I believe. And Amir.
Yeah, the same thing for me. Big runs, when Saquon gets a huge run, goes all the way to the house, takes for a touchdown. A big kick return, a big punt return for a touchdown is always interesting too, because you don't see it that much. So when it happens, you get really excited, right?
That reminds me, like a pick six.
Or a pick six for a touchdown. Or if, Daniel Jones throws a huge touchdown to Darius Slayton, that's always exciting because it's your team and then they score. So it's like, yes, those moments are always the best.
Like
big plays.
That's the most satisfying feeling is when you like sack the quarterback. I don't know.
That's good too. Yeah,
that's up there too. Yeah,
I think for me, and you guys gave all great answers. Like, there's just something about like a big play in a big moment when you have like a 3rd and long, or when you have when I look, and it's like I think about this all the time. It's like I always ask myself, Super Bowl 42, like. Probably my favorite play was when Eli escaped that pressure when I thought he was going to get sacked, and he threw the ball in the middle of the field, and David Tyree made that catch, and it obviously led to that fade route that he threw the classical burst in the end zone. Those kind of moments, like it's those momentum plays are like they're like so. It's like one of my favorites because what happens is like you have a feeling that you might not get to the end zone. But then you see a big play like that, and you're saying to yourself, "Oh my goodness! Like we just had a huge play." It's like now you have the feeling that you're gonna march down that end zone and you're gonna win, especially when you're down. So like those game-winning drives, there's just something about like when you have a big play, like and the punt returns are awesome, kick returns are awesome, a pick six like in a big game, like when a quarterback gets stripped and then one of the linebackers picks it up and then takes it to the end zone for 6, like those are special. But there's just something about those momentum plays. The one that you talked about, Giants, with the Mario Manningham one, I just like those kind of like momentum plays like that. Just lets you know that I feel like you could just get down in the field. And then having a game-winning field goal too, especially in a tie game. I think those are always special, especially when you go down the field and you're able to get the field goal range. Those are just fun for me.
Yeah, I want to say something about that. So I remember Daniel Jones played his first game against the Buccaneers, and when the Buccaneers kicker missed the kick,
oh my god,
I went exploding.
I was literally rolling on the floor. I was so happy.
I thought we lost that game because if he makes the kick, he missed it. I was like, wow.
I think Daniel Jones broke the curse. I mean, the last couple of years before that, we lost in field goals. So that was a really nice.
I think it was the first game, so that was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
We've had the worst luck with field goals against us. Like, it'll be a 60-yarder. I think it was against Carolina in 2018.
Yeah.
And it was a 60-yard field goal. And I was like, of course he's going to make this field goal because he's the Giants. We just had. So it was nice to get like a lucky break in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I remember in that game we got screwed by the refs like a bunch of times. Like it was at the end of the game. I think the time ran out and they gave him the field goal.
Oh, the Carolina game. Yeah. The refs did screw us. I remember that.
They messed us up. I mean, there were some horrible calls, just horrible calls. They called like personal foul when the guy clearly made a tackle. So stupid, man. Cost us a game.
Yeah, 2018, our offense was so loaded. Besides the offensive line, that was obviously our downfall. But like Eli with Ingram healthy, Saquon, like Sterling Shepard with Beckham, and like that was a lot of fun to watch when they were actually given time to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So many weapons,
Yeah. Louis or Amir, anything, or I'll just read a question or comment.
I don't really have anything right now.
I'm
thinking of stuff.
Yeah.
Quick.
Louis has been asking some really good questions.
Yeah, Louis has been asking.
Ask another great one right now.
Great question. Yeah.
No, I actually got a question for Giants Alliance. I was actually looking at your. I enjoy that microphone that you have. I wanted to because it looks. I don't know, for some reason it just looks really cool, and I actually liked your Giants Alliance mask that you had on.
Yeah, that was
like, what did you? Yeah, no. Where did you?
The custom mask.
Because
what the hell? I didn't even know you had that.
Yeah, website.
Saw it in one of his videos.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it then.
I saw that in your video earlier. That was great.
Yeah, I wore it. I made a contest actually because I ordered like an extra fitted hat by accident. So I went on Twitter and I said, if anyone beats me in Madden, I'll give them this fitted hat because I was really confident. I used to be really good at Madden, and then of course I lost my first game to Walter. He's a subscriber of mine, and then since I had this site, I was thinking I could make merchandise. I don't know if I'm big enough at this point to have merchandise, but I got these made by my wife has like a connection, and then it has my like YouTube logo on it.
That's really cool. That's
Really cool.
Yeah.
I made a thing. If anyone could beat me in Madden, I have like 100 of these. And it's actually really good quality. It's comfortable. It's like cloth with like silk on it. So it says Giants Alliance. So
that's really nice. What console?
Thanks for mentioning that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I want to create one that says Sports Critic. Now that'd be pretty cool, man.
Do you have
you guys, I can I know somebody who does it. So if you guys are interested in making this, you can make it with your logo. It's like it's cool. It's not as expensive.
No, that really is cool. And at a time like this, that'll be perfect.
What console do you have? Like PlayStation or Xbox? Just wondering.
I'm Xbox. I wish I had a PS4.
I had PS4.
I wish I had.
And it's like easier to stream on YouTube too.
Louis, the mic that he has though is Blue Yeti, and it's because I told him that he should get that because a lot of us have that. I have it. I think Alex has Blue Yeti also.
Yeah, I do.
We all have the same microphone actually. Mine is just not up like his right now. But it's here.
Yeah, I'm using my laptop so you could see it, but it's really easy to use. I got it from Best Buy, and it's good advice from Amir. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's really easy to use.
Yeah. Louis has been coming up with some really good topics to talk about tonight. I appreciate your topics. Great topics you've been coming up with on the fly.
I had a question for you guys because I'm newer to YouTube. Have you guys ever streamed hockey? Because I feel like that would be by far the hardest sport.
I have not done it. I want to, but I have not done it yet.
Haven't done it. I'd probably be a newbie at doing that. I haven't. That's like so. I'm just not. I don't know much about hockey. The rules. I'm kind of off I would not feel confident calling a hockey game. It's the fastest sport I've seen. Like besides,
it's faster than basketball. I feel like there's less breaks.
Yeah.
Than basketball too. Like basketball, like the play goes out of bounds, the foul shots. But with hockey, I feel it's just continuous.
Yeah. And I don't know any of the players, which just adds to it. I don't know how you like the puck moves so fast. You're gonna call one player to another. I mean, I don't know how you would do that.
And they're wearing helmets too, so it's not like you can like recognize the players too easily.
Yeah, and
basketball's easier like that. So.
Yeah, and because they're skating, it's like they're consistently going up and down, so that puck moves really fast. Like when they're hitting with the stick, and it's I know very few players, but it's a lot of it was when I would watch documentaries or something. Like I do know like obviously Wayne Gretzky, I do know Mario Lemieux, I do know Steve Yzerman, I know Brian Leach, so I do know a couple of guys, Sidney Crosby, Alexander Ovechkin. Evan Malk. I do know some guys, but it's like, I'm usually watching hockey during the playoffs. So like, it's true. Like for me, it's like, I would have to just kind of have to like learn all of that and just try to learn and usually watching the Stanley Cup finals and stuff, but it's like never really done a hockey game. And I've been to a Rangers game. It was an out of body experience because I have never ever been to a Rangers game ever. And it's like, I'm not even the biggest hockey person, but it was actually interesting and pretty cool. And it's like Ranger fans, they love their Rangers. They love their Rangers.
They're so loyal to the Rangers.
So like they remind me of Giants fans. It's like Giants fans love their football. Rangers fans love hockey.
It's true.
Yeah. I feel like hockey too is like so much better in person. It's good on TV, especially the playoffs. But in person, it's just so cool to see like the ice and it's a cool experience.
Yeah, I've been to one hockey game before. I went to Devils game. It was at the Prudential Center. That's near me, so it was an interesting experience. I mean, even though the Devils lost, it was interesting to watch it. Very interesting. You go up close to the glass, you can see the players practicing. That was awesome. It was a great experience for me.
Yeah, those guys are tough too. Like it's tiring. I'm not good at ice skating, but
I can't even skate at all.
I can't even ice skate either. It's like the one sport I played every sport growing up, but I did not play hockey. But what about you guys? Like, what was your best sport like playing as like growing up? Basketball.
Oh yeah. For me it was basketball, and actually baseball was fun to play for me. I played for like 6 years.
Baseball, and I used to play quarterback for football, not just for fun. I didn't play professional. I used to play quarterback as a
I used to play quarterback at recess too.
And receiver too, because I was tall. So
Oh, cool.
No, I was so basketball was actually first. Then I got into baseball, but my favorite position to play was quarterback. Like when I would play football, I don't know. There's just something about throwing the ball I just enjoy. Always calling hike and trying to get the receivers to go down the field or. It's funny because I would even for some reason, even if it was recess, I would even call plays. I'm like, okay, so you're going to curl to the left so that I can throw you like a screen pass. Okay, stay next to me because we're going to do a shotgun. For some reason, I would even call plays, like even if it was just fun. So, but
I used to do that at recess too. Like you use your hand and you go this way.
Oh yeah.
That's why quarterback's the best. You're like telling everyone where to go and stuff.
I remember those. I used to play football in recess. That was fun.
Thanks AJ Marshall for checking out my video. I put 2 videos out today.
I saw them.
I was thinking I'll put out like more like short videos where I don't like edit it so much, just to get like more content.
Sometimes you don't have to edit it. If you make a short video, you just do it. Yeah.
I like the cruise thing you had earlier, like cruise in the park, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that was an awesome game. He was just so dominant in that game. They couldn't guard him.
And I want to ask you guys real quick. We hit the hour mark. And how long could you guys go for? Like another 25, 30 minutes, or I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean that's cool with me. Whatever you guys want to do.
Whatever.
Yeah, if you guys have to, if someone needs to leave, you can go. I mean, it's fine. I understand. I'm trying to do at least an hour and a half.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you guys for being here, and everybody subscribe to everybody on here. Subscribe to everybody. Links are in the description.
Subscribe to Alex as well.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Except Brandon the Buck. Basketball and football. I played football since I was 8. Nice.
But I wanted to add something. So David talked about calling hockey. I really want to call it. It's going to be my first time because it's going straight into the playoffs, and I like the Rangers. Yeah. That's the team.
The Rangers are in it too.
Yeah, they're in it, and they're playing. And I'm just hoping that we win. And also, I wonder, is it going to be hard to call? Because it's the first time I'm doing it. It's also a fast-paced sport, so I just hope that I do a good job.
Another challenge is like they do shifts like
Yeah,
in the middle
too.
of play.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't even know the guy's like in or out of the game.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I know that guy got out. Exactly what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do the names, and the names are hard to pronounce.
The names are hard.
Like,
some of them are really hard names to pronounce.
I don't get it. It's a
Yeah,
Canadian.
But I want to call more and more sports, because of what COVID made me appreciate other sports.
Yeah, I see, Louis, you have the Yankees-Nats scheduled for Thursday. You're going to call that game? That's the first game of the season. That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm going to watch your stream, and I'm going to have the TV on mute.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'll be with you, Louis. I'll listen to your announcement.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think A-Rod does like ESPN, so it'll probably be him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be fun to listen to you and like have the game on in the background. That would be cool.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, we got 27 likes. That's awesome. Let's get 30 if you guys haven't yet. Hit the like, subscribe to everyone here.
I got a question. Does anybody call KBO here? I know Alex doesn't, and David definitely doesn't call KBO. But Louis, do you call KBO? I don't think you do, right?
No, the thing is, I actually wanted to call KBO, but it's like I forget that they're in Korea. So because
so
of that,
early.
it's like they're playing their game in the morning. So I would have loved to do it, but it's like because they're starting their games at 3:55 or 5 in the morning, it's like I can't get up for that. So it's like I'm like definitely,
no, it's too early.
I know Sports Expert. He does.
I give him a lot of credit for doing it.
So I gave him a lot of. Yeah, when I had him as a guest on my stream, like I told him, I was like, I don't even know how you do it. I was like, but salute to you.
That kid doesn't sleep.
He does not sleep.
How he does.
He doesn't sleep. He's always up calling KBO. Then he does a hangout later, right after that. Usually,
these games start at like 5:30 in the morning. I'm sleeping at that time.
I'm sleeping because a lot of days you have to wake up for work.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in college, I can pull all-nighters and stuff, but I haven't tried that in so long. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it anymore. Like when you're younger, when you're like sports experts age, I feel like it's easier, but
yeah,
still tough.
I could probably do it too, but I just don't want to. Period.
And your whole schedule is off because you're up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I would not do that. Then you're gonna be tired throughout the day. I mean, you need sleep. I mean, you need sleep.
Not sports expert. He doesn't need it.
It's not a thing. Sleep is not a thing to him.
No, he's always awake. I don't know how. He's always on YouTube. He's always either in somebody's chat or he's live. And I'm not saying it. I'm not like making fun of him. I'm just saying it out of respect because he's working hard, on this, being everywhere.
A Mile High. What's going on?
Another great YouTuber. Love Mile High.
Mile High's the man.
Are you not still calling the Yankees game? Is that still going on?
I think he stopped calling it. He had a couple people.
I got a question. Yeah. Are you guys going to call any of the spring training games? Probably not, right? Because one already just happened.
I mean, I have not had any plans to call any games because I've never done that. But I mean, it would be cool, like, to do one Yankee game because I am such a big Yankees fan, just to see what it's like. But yeah, I've never done it before. I know. Do you guys do like every single night when there's a game on, you're going to be streaming a game?
I'm going to try to stream almost, I don't know about every game, but most of the games. Because I think they're going with baseball, they're going to have a game every single day.
Yeah, there's
I'm going to try my hardest to do it. I'm going to try, but
I think someone who's like, when it comes to like devoting their channel to like baseball, I think that it would be easier for them to be able to kind of like do it every day just because of the fact that it's chill, and because it is a series, so you're playing a team 3 to 4 times, during that time. So for me, I try to mix it up because I like to try to get involved like many different markets. So it's like I could do Braves Mets one day, even if I'm a Yankees fan. It's like because I love the game. I could just do Braves Mets. It's like from the New York area. I obviously know the Braves history, from watching them, or I'll do a Cardinals Pirates game another. As there were players that I liked from the Cardinals when they were obviously playing. Like I was a big Jim Edmonds fan, I was a big Albert Pujols fan, I was a big Scott Rowland fan. So because of that, like I'll do them. So it'll be a mix, just to try to get different, just to see different fan bases and they're like because I think it would be cool to like, oh, you're a Yankee fan, but you're doing this. It's because again, like when you look at the way sports media is, like they tend to focus on particular teams, where it's like true sports heads like of their favorite team, they can break down everything, and that's why I salute guys like Sports Critic, Alex, and obviously you Giants, because it's like you guys can really break down like what's going on around the league. So that's why when I listen to, every time I listen to you guys, you guys are always saying great stuff. So
we got a question for you, the Giants. Jesse asked a question for you. Contracted.
Yeah, I didn't contact him on Twitter. I think I followed him. I didn't message him, but I commented on his YouTube because he has like a new YouTube channel. He's a player. He's an undrafted free agent for the Giants. He had, I think, 9 sacks last year for Illinois. He was a 5-star recruit he went to USC and then he transferred. But I don't know if he has like a great chance of making the Giants, but you never know because he's an edge and he has a lot of potential. So I did reach out to him on YouTube and he told me to like message him on Twitter. But yeah, that would be cool if he could come on my YouTube show. I had Lance Meadow, who does like the radio for the Giants, for an interview. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that's one of the best parts about it, is just like, talking to people like that. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what else I think though? Like baseball and basketball are going to be around the same time. So I think that's going to be really hard. I'm hoping that they're on at different times though, even if they're on the same day, because I really want to call Magic games. And I also really want to call St. Louis Cardinals games. So I'm going to try to have to figure out like, which one am I going to call that day? And especially then basketball goes into the playoffs while baseball is going to be in the regular season. What do you guys think about all that?
Yeah, I was curious, like, how much are you gonna stream basketball?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Louis, like your schedule, like how much you want to do basketball versus baseball?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's crazy because for me, it's like I know baseball's coming back, and then because since basketball starting on the 30th and because baseball starts on the 23rd, it gives me time to put in like baseball content. That way, because I have a week, I'll be able to actually like plan my schedule as to what games am I going to call when I look at the rest of the baseball schedule. And then because basketball is only 8 games compared to 60, I think I should be fine in terms of that. And by the way, Amir, the 31st, your Magic play the Nets. It's a 2:30 game.
Oh,
yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Alex and Amir, you should stream together. That'd be cool.
Yeah. We were doing something like that possibly.
Yeah, definitely. We got to call some Giants games. I think it would be great when the season starts. We can all call it together, react to it together. That sounds like fun. Yeah.
I'm so intense during Giants games, though. I've never I don't know how I would be.
Alex is very intense too.
I'm very intense.
He's jumping around and all this, and I'm like, really? Is this how you watch the game?
I'm like that too. Like I literally don't sit down when I'm watching.
Yeah, Alex does not sit down. He's can't sit down. And I'm like, what the hell? This is so.
I can't sit down when watching football. Football requires you to stand up.
For me, just the Giants. Like if the Giants are on, I'm not tired unless we're getting blown out like last year. Or if we're getting blown out, I'll sit down. But if it's a close game,
I'll just start like just having the blanket covering my face if we're getting blown out. I don't even want to look at the TV.
Yeah, I'm that way too, actually.
Yeah, no, like when it's football and it's particularly that they're playing, it's like I can't do anything but just I have to watch them, and it's like I'm just like rooting for them to win, and it's like I just have to be focused. Like when it comes to New York, I did do last year. I did the divisional between the Titans and the Ravens. I actually was able to pull some Baltimore Ravens and Titans fans, but I think playoff football for me, I mean, unless you obviously your channel is just football in general where you're drawing a lot, but I actually drew a lot of people in when I did playoff football because I think everybody's tuning and watching. And I also did the AFC Championship as well, so a lot of people came in just because everybody's watching. So I think that was big. I actually got a question for you guys. Do you guys have a favorite is there any type of Giants game for you that's your personal favorite? Is there any game that you guys watched that was kind of the game that you saw that you were just man, that was just an unbelievable Giants game. It was probably the best one that you've ever seen. I'll let Amir start.
All right. So the first one, I mean, the The best game was, I think, obviously, is the Giants versus the Patriots in the undefeated season. That was the best game. I mean, we ended there an undefeated streak. A lot of people picked the Patriots to win that Super Bowl, and Patriots were laughing like, "Oh, we're going to score all these points," but the Giants defense got the better of them. The David Tyree catch, Eli Manning escaping tackles, that was great. Getting Plexico at the end when he threw that touchdown to Plexico, that was great as well. There were just so many great plays in that whole Super Bowl, and that's the first Super Bowl that I saw the Giants win too. So that's why. So that one is more. I love the second one too. Don't get me wrong, but that one was more personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's actually the game right before that in Green Bay when it was like really cold, like -15.
Yeah.
And part of it, just like a personal reason, I was with my dad, and it was like, the break right before you go to college, you get like a month off in January. So I was like watching it with my dad, and it was just such a fun game to watch because it was so cold and like it was back and forth. The Super Bowl, like Amir, that game was like even better, like a bigger game, obviously.
Yeah.
I was watching it in like a crowded dorm room with like so many people around, and I couldn't really
like that.
So yeah, I choose the game before that. That's a good question though. That's definitely my favorite experience watching sports. Was that game?
Yeah. For me, I don't know, Lewis. For me, I did not get to see that Super Bowl. Unfortunately, I was just like a toddler. But I saw Super Bowl 46. Super Bowl 46. I remember watching. I saw the whole game from start to finish. I was just amazed. I got to watch this team win a Super Bowl. And I'm very happy. And I feel like if we did get to another Super Bowl and win, I'd be much more appreciative because I know the sport more. Like, I have more knowledge. Like, back then, I was 9 years old watching. So I feel like I really appreciate greatness. And if we get to the Super Bowl, I'd really be happy with that.
So the crazy part is like, I know I love the Super Bowl games. Obviously, I love the playoffs. Like, I love the NFC Championship, that 2007 run that Eli made, and obviously the 2011 one with some of the quarterbacks that Eli beat. But for some reason, my favorite game was actually the regular season game in Eli's first full year as a starter, and it was against the Broncos. And it was when he had that game.
Oh yeah,
when he had that game-winning drive, and what was crazy is that I remember I think Denver played a blitz at the 2-yard line, and so Eli off his back foot, and Tiki Barber made a key block, and people forget the throw that Manning threw to Jeremy Shockey, which was a big play in that game. And I remember Eli just slung that ball turning, and Amani Tuner caught that for the touchdown. Because what was special about that game was like I felt like Eli proved to me that was really the first step for me saying that Eli's our quarterback, and on top of that he could be a clutch quarterback, like to be able to put that game-winning drive. So I was like, Eli's here to stay. And the first thing I was saying was like, I hope Eli wins the Super Bowl. But that was actually like my favorite game because it was like, I know it was like pandemonium. I went crazy when I saw that game, and they was able to win that game on that drive. So like that one to me is like really special. That was like for me, and it was. We had our first winning season like in a while with Eli, so that was actually cool. We won 11 games, I think, and I think we lost to Carolina, I think, in the wild card game, which was disappointing. I think we didn't even score in that game, but for me that was just a special year, and we didn't win. Obviously, we didn't go far, but that to me, that's the game that sticks out for me, like because that was the first time that I said that, man, Eli could really play like clutch with these, with these quarterbacks and make big plays. So
Eli's here. Eli, that's an awesome pick. Like that game, I remember exactly where I was during that game. I was watching that game with my dad, and like my friend called me after that game, and he was like, "Congratulations, you have like an awesome quarterback," and he wasn't even a Giants fan. So that's when I knew Eli was going to be like a special player too. That was
what team did he like? Do you know?
He's actually an Eagles fan. Yeah, I grew up on Long Island, but like I have friends that are Cowboys fans, Eagles fans.
Cowboys fans are all over.
I'm sure you have this. You guys are from New York too. You see that a lot.
Cowboys fans are everywhere.
Oh, Mysterio made it in the chat tonight. Mysterio.
Thank you for watching, Mysterio.
Jesse says, "Do you play any instruments? Anybody here? I'm just curious."
No,
me neither. No.
I played cello in up until 6th grade.
Yeah.
Does PS4 controller count as an instrument? I play the hell out of my PS4 controller.
Yeah, me too.
Remember Guitar Hero? I don't know if you guys played that.
Oh, Guitar Hero. Yeah, that was fun back in the
I was
day.
good at that
A
game.
little bit of it.
I actually got carpal tunnel syndrome because I played that so much.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You played guitar. What are you talking about, David? Play guitar on Guitar Hero. Then I played guitar too on Guitar Hero. When I was younger, I used to play piano, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, Guitar Hero is a great game.
Yeah. Eli Manning is the best quarterback in Giants history. That's not debatable. It's obvious, yeah. So yeah, the chat has kind of died down. I mean, I understand it's like 7 people. There would be more, but I just feel like there's so many people calling baseball today. There's a lot of going on.
Yeah. A lot of people are watching that Yankees Mets game probably.
Mets and Yankees game is huge. I can't wait for the real Mets and Yankees game. Like they have one game in the regular season this year, only one. That's gonna be a game I definitely want to call. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're playing. Yeah, they have a series, so they're playing.
I think they only have one game. When I looked it up, it only said one game for some reason.
It only showed one game.
I think because of the shortened season. I think that's why.
Yeah.
If they have a series, then I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but that's what I saw last time.
Yeah.
Because I think the way that baseball did it is because I know that they shortened the interleague play. So because of that, all the teams are actually playing their division opponents more. So yeah, if they're going against the opposing league, then it's probably going to be maybe one, possibly 2 games. But
yeah, it's one game. I just looked it up right now. It's one game. They have another spring training game tomorrow, but like an actual game.
Yeah.
And actually tomorrow they play in Yankees Stadium. Today they're playing in the Mets. Yeah.
Wait, so the Cardinals play in Yankee Stadium tomorrow?
Who?
Who are you talking about?
Not the Mets. The Mets play tomorrow in Yankee Stadium.
Oh, the Mets. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they're going to play a lot because I think they're trying to limit travel as much as possible.
But they're only playing once in the regular season. That's it.
Yankees
That's
Mets?
what I see. Yeah, I just Googled it right now. That's all I'm seeing right now.
I thought it was 6, but I could be wrong about that.
6? That would be way too.
They're playing each other 6 times.
No, that's 60. It's only 60 games. I don't think it would be 6.
I think I'd have to double check.
All right.
Nah. LT is the greatest. I think greatest football player of all time. I think LT is the greatest player in the franchise history. Wouldn't you guys agree with that?
Oh yeah. I saw on Twitter you put a poll. It was like LT. Yeah, I voted for LT, obviously.
Obviously.
I think Belichick, like Bill Belichick coached both of them.
Yeah, Bill Belichick would say Taylor too.
The way he talks at press conferences, he acts like LT is the GOAT.
Oh, LT is definitely his favorite because he's more of a defensive-minded guy, I think.
Yeah. He's more like, I don't know. It's hard to compare a quarterback.
It's hard. I mean, they're both great,
Yeah. Belichick has a good eye for talent. I mean, he when he was in Cleveland, I know he was scouting Ray Lewis. He has a knack for getting good talent.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he whatchamacallit, when they did the NFL 100, Ray Lewis, I think Ray Lewis was on the show, and he talked about how that he passed up on, he was eyeing Ray Lewis, but then ended up passing for him, because he ended up trying trading for him. But I don't know, I like that I like those shows a lot, especially because it's like you really get to learn like a lot, even players who you didn't even get to see play. And if you listen to Bill Belichick, obviously with the way he treats the media, it's obviously different than when he's sitting with a panel of like football players. Like you can really tell that he enjoys himself, and it's like he just loves talking football, and it's like he appreciates like the people that he got to see, the people he got to coach, and the people that he got to coach against. Like, so, and I'm like, you know what? I just think that Bill just kind of does that for the show, just to really not really give the media like any attention, because I think he's really kind of like a chill guy, and he just like he really enjoys the game. So
yeah, I was wrong. You guys were right. They're playing each other, I think 6 times, like you said. They're playing a lot. I don't know why Google only showed me one game, but then when I looked at the Mets schedule and Yankees schedule, it says they're playing 6 times. It looks like.
Yeah.
I saw that on NFL Network. Belichick is just he could be so personable if he wants to be. Like with the media, like you said, he'll be so like short and kind of rude. But and he knows so much about the history of like the players, even the players that played before he was born in like the 40s and 50s. He just knows about all these guys, like He's just a historian. I think he said like he used to collect football cards as a kid, and that's part of the reason he knows so much about all these players, which is kind of what I did when I was a kid. That's like all I did was like collect cards and stuff.
No, yeah, and like what was cool was like just the breakdown of some of the players that we saw like in the 30s and 40s, and like his ability to like able to study them and see like what their strengths are, and looking at like the fact that he was I mean, obviously, because he's a head coach, but it's like he recognized like all these formations, and I'm just like, he really is just a brilliant football mind, this Bill Belichick. Like, he was just showing like the wing formation that they would do, like when it comes to utilizing player strengths, and I was just like amazed and in awe. Like he really knows his football.
Yeah, he's a genius. Like, it was amazing how much he knew about those players that were in like the 30s and 40s, like you said.
Yeah,
he knows everything.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect.
I don't know if you guys heard me. I said I was wrong. You guys are correct. It's 6 games. I don't know why Google only showed 1 for some reason, but I went through the schedule.
Because I think they're trying to limit.
You were actually right. Lines at 6. I was entirely wrong about that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I respect Belichick. I don't know why the Giants let him go. Like, he should have been our next head coach.
Yeah, that was like our biggest mistake probably in recent history, at least.
Yeah.
Like, we got Ray Hanley. Supposedly, it was either the GM or the owner, but I think it was the GM didn't like that Belichick wasn't a formal head coach. He doesn't dress the way like a typical head coach would dress.
Belichick was still young at that time, so I guess people know how good
that probably played into it too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I agree. We should have kept Belichick, made him our head coach, made sure he never went to New England. Damn it!
God dang.
I gotta ask you another one. So I know the Cam Newton thing. I'm not surprised that he signed with I'm not surprised that he signed with the Patriots because nobody wanted to pick him up when he was available. How long do you think that it's going to take for Cam, considering the style of play that he is at quarterback, going to be able to learn Belichick's system, in order for him to be effective at quarterback for the Patriots?
I think the Patriots are going to have to modify their playbook. Like, they're going to do like a lot of RPOs. I can see, like runs, stuff like that. I think Cam Newton is I don't think Cam's a system player by any means. I think the Patriots are smart. They're good coaching. I think they're going to utilize that playbook to fit his skill sets, of course. I think he'll fit right in. I think he's going to have a good year if he's healthy.
Yeah, you make a really good point. I think they're going to, cater their playbook to Cam instead of the other way around. They're just going to, they're going to do whatever Cam does well. And in Carolina, he did a lot of those designed runs. So RPOs as well, I think they can do that. Obviously with Tom Brady, they never did that kind of stuff. But I think McDaniels is a really good play caller, and I could see him, doing a good job with Cam. And Cam seems really motivated. Like he posts all those videos of his like workouts and stuff. So a lot of people have been disrespecting him. I think Carolina, they put a poll of like the greatest Panther players of all time, and he wasn't on it. And then like everybody in the comment section just said Cam. Because he really is the best player in their franchise history. Yeah,
I mean they have not had a long history. I mean they're a newer team.
I remember Kerry Collins was like their first quarterback.
I think McDaniels will do a good job. Like he always knows how to adjust with quarterbacks like that. And remember he had Tebow, and like now he's it's kind of like he could do the RPOs pretty well. I think with Josh McDaniels, he can tailor the offense around Cam Newton, and I think it's going to work out pretty well if he could stay healthy. That's the only concern I ever have about Cam Newton is health. But talent, and like you said, Giants Lions, he's going to be really motivated because he got cut, and he actually didn't even know he was going to get cut. They just did him dirty. He is going to be really motivated, and he plays better that way when he has a chip on his shoulder. I think actually he's gotten more relaxed over the past few years. But in that 2015, a lot of people were questioning whether he was good or not, and he proved he took that Carolina team with no receivers to the Super Bowl. So I think he could be really good with the Patriots. Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels is going to work really well, I think.
Yeah, that's a really good point. He didn't have elite receivers when he won
that.
Yeah, like he's never had great receivers. So I think he's going to be good on the Patriots.
What's going on, Caden? And Rob says Bill Belichick doesn't have much to do with the offense. McDaniels has total control. Josh has been running a modified Bill O'Brien offense, not his totally top.
Yeah, McDaniels is a very good play caller. I don't know how good he would be as a head coach.
Oh, he's shown that he wasn't that good when he was in Denver.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though. I don't know if he learned from that.
But he had a chance to be a head coach. Remember, he had a chance to be the head coach with the Colts, and he screwed them over.
No, I think he accepted it, and then he backed out last minute.
That's screwing them over.
Yeah,
He thought they had him as the head coach, and then he was he backed out, like you said, exactly.
And he would have had Andrew Luck. You know what I mean? That would have been a good situation, I think.
Yeah.
I just want to add that another 10, 15 minutes, if you guys are good with that.
Yeah, man.
I always like to record if you guys have to go, that's fine. It's been a great stream, but 10, 15 minutes, is that good with everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, I love talking sports and football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just love talking sports. I might pursue something like with sports when I grow up, like for a job, of course. I kind of am growing up. I'm 17. I'm trying to think of a career path. I love sports, so that's a possibility.
Yeah. To give you advice, because I'm a lot older than you, I would definitely go into sports. Like if that's what you like doing. For some reason, when I was younger, I just didn't think it was practical. So I went into teaching, which I do like. Well,
same here, David. Yeah.
Are you the same? It's because accounting is the most practical job. There's
exactly. I just went with something safe, secure that I know is gonna. People always need accountants. That's what I went with.
Good choice. Good choice.
But if I did do it over, I'd probably go into something sports, like you're thinking about, Alex.
Yeah. Sports is a great career. The only thing is getting into it is very hard. But now I think YouTube and that stuff. What YouTube wasn't that big when we were younger. I feel like it's gotten even bigger. So,
Yeah,
you already have a good start, man. You're at almost 800 subscribers.
Yeah, I am.
I know you guys, Louis and Amir, are both close to 1,000. So definitely
so close.
Yeah, they're both. And subscribe, of course, to David. Link in the description. He's our new upcoming channel. He's has 300 subs.
I mean, David, you got 300 so fast. That's pretty good. I mean, the content is good, and people like that.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I know you guys are going to be on 1,000 soon. I think you could do so many different things when you have 1,000. I feel like
you can. Yeah.
You can. Community notes is a big one. Monetization, super chats, donations. That's what you get at 1K. And you can stream off your phone too, which is nice.
And you get ads on your channel as well.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know about the phone thing. That's pretty big. If you're in the car or something and you just want to do a quick video or something.
It's funny. You used to be able to, but then they added that later on last year. They added that.
Yeah, they took it down.
Bullshit, man.
Really bullshit.
Yeah.
But at least the cool thing with StreamYard, which they just added now, which is cool, and it's from where I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually using my tablet. I'm not even using my laptop. So they added the update where you can even use your tablet or your phone to be able to stream. So if I needed to make a quick run and I could stream, I could do that. So that at least is pretty cool. And I would just honestly stick with this just because, the fact that it is getting bigger and it is a pretty good sense of advantages. And it's when you have things like this where you can add people on your show and then just pretty much talk, whereas that regular YouTube, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I just think for me, StreamYard is the way to go. And the fact that it works with YouTube, but you have more advantages using StreamYard than you would. It's now you kind of have more control of what you want to do with your channel, more so than what you would be doing with regular YouTube apps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, StreamYard is so much easier than I tried using YouTube a couple times before I knew about it, and StreamYard is just so much better.
I feel like everyone's using StreamYard these days. You see Bad Dog, Chris do it. They're using it all the time now. I mean, I've been doing
I've been using StreamYard for a while. I think I was one of the first people to start using this thing. Me and Alex. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to use OBS for all my streams, but
remember Google Hangouts? We used to use
we used to do Google Hangout meets.
StreamYard wasn't a thing at that time, or we didn't know about it or something.
StreamYard is a great platform, though. It's just so easy to use. I love it. Jesse says, "Do you think I can? I'm not going to be an NFL player. No, I'm not."
He wants you to
He said he wants you to be an NFL player.
On one
It is
condition.
sports.
On one condition. I'm only going to play for my team, which is the Giants. That's it.
I've always thought about like if I can go in there for one play, if I can like do a good job, just one play.
Yeah,
I
one
know
play.
like I would be a bad player overall, but like if I could just like make one block or something,
Yeah.
I think about that.
What position do you guys think you would do the most at if you played football? I'll start with Louis. What do you think you would play the best at if you played football?
Well, let's see. For me, I don't know. I guess I get a rush at tackling somebody, and it's like I love going after the quarterback. So if I would be in a pass rush, so if I would be to be like a linebacker, I would love to play linebacker. I don't know. There's just something about going after the quarterback, strip sack, and then just just going to the end zone for 6, or even probably play corner. Just the one-on-one matchups with like a top receiver. I think those are to me those matchups are actually pretty cool, especially because you get the assignment to try to. I mean, if you don't do great, like obviously that's obviously you didn't do a good job covering your guy. But for me, it would definitely be. I would love to be in like that front 7. Like if it's a 3-4 or 4-3, going after the quarterback, like that, I just get a thrill of that. Especially with a lot of trash that they talk when they make plays, like there's nothing like sacking the quarterback. Just putting him on his behind and just let him know. Strip for loss, especially if I could get him on a safety. That to me would be great. Pinning him on his own end zone. Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. And I just want to quickly get to Rob's comment. He said, "Yeah, he makes it great." I did not even think about that. So you got to be careful with like streaming off your phone because YouTube, they hold that back to a certain extent. That's a good point. People got to be careful with that for sure. So yeah, David. Yeah, what position would you think?
Yeah, I played tight end in like middle school and high school, so I would choose that.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Shockey. I actually used to play offensive line because I was like a bigger kid. And then I saw Shockey, and I wanted to kind of emulate him. And then I switched to tight end. So I tried what I used to do was when I got the ball, I would try to like run into someone, and it would probably be smarter of me to like run around people, but I tried to be like Shockey and like run people over. So that's what I'd like to do. I don't think it would work in the NFL, but I would try.
You could have a short career because of injuries.
I would just get hurt on my first play.
Yeah.
What about you? What position would you play, Amir?
So basically, I played quarterback most of the time when I was younger, and that was my favorite thing because I just love throwing touchdowns. But another position I would love to play was receiver because I'd like to catch touchdowns, get a big play, even if it's not a touchdown, like a huge catch. That's always so much fun. That was always what I liked. I've always been more. I like defenses. Don't get me wrong, but I've always been more of an offensive-minded guy when it comes to playing.
Yeah. Me too. I like offense. I think receiver for me. I am pretty quick. I can run. I'm fast. I think I'd be good at track because I can run. I'm pretty fast from.
But like a Julian Edelman type.
Yeah, the Julian Edelman type. Exactly.
I feel like there's a lot of slot receivers like that. They're like quicker than they are fast. Like, you don't have to be that fast, but as long as you're quick and you like change direction.
Yeah. Like Cruz, for example. Cruz was a slot receiver, and he was shifty.
The one thing was, like I was taller than a lot of people, so I'd be jumping up. They'd just throw me the jump ball, and I'd catch it over people. That's what I used to love to do.
I want to ask you guys, like
Louis, the questions. No, it's great. It's great. Yeah, I love it.
Great. I mean,
they're good questions.
Like with the, who, like in your opinion, in your personal opinion, do you think is the smartest NFL player? Like when it comes to instincts, it could be either offense or defense. Like when it comes to like just reading plays or, if it's like a receiver that you see that just, when it just comes to like running good routes or somebody that can read the quarterback or running back, like who do you think is like the smartest? Like when it comes to
I gotta start off by saying Peyton Manning. I mean, he's just like a student of the game. And he's really good at reading defenses. I think that's undebatable. I think he's one of the best all time at reading defenses. I mean, he's literally a teacher and a student at the same time.
Yeah, I heard that he was basically like the offensive coordinator on the Colts. And probably the same thing with the Broncos, but Yeah, like he had so many different audibles that he would just every single play his lineman had to like sit there for like 20 to 30 seconds while he changes the plays around and stuff. But yeah, that I think I can't beat Peyton Manning. I can't think of anyone that I'm trying to think of people at other positions though.
That's a really loaded question, Louis. It's so hard to answer for me. Oh man, I'm trying to think. This because there's a lot of players I think that are really like good at that, like quarterbacks, especially like Alex Peyton Manning was a great choice. Tom Brady's really good too. He's really good at reading defenses. I don't really, I really don't like Tom Brady, but I give him a lot of respect. And the only reason I don't like him is because, man, it's just like every year they win the Super Bowl. Like I like to see new teams win, But it's because he's so good. He just knows when to make the right play, and it's just, and he came back in that Super Bowl, which I thought he couldn't come back in that Atlanta Super Bowl. That's when I realized, oh my God, this guy really is.
Yeah, props to them for coming back.
That's 28-3. That's the biggest Super Bowl comeback ever.
Run the ball, they would have won.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce for the Giants.
Oh, he was great.
He's kind of like the quarterback.
Linebacker.
Yeah, smart.
Good.
Remember that play against Green Bay? Like he knew that screen pass was coming, and he like ran through two guys. And he was really good at getting his guys like lined up in the right spot. Like he was the quarterback of the defensive side. I think Blake Martinez, supposedly he's really smart. So
yeah, he is. I like Blake Martinez. I could see him being maybe a coach later on, like a linebackers coach or something.
Yeah, he went to Stanford, so like I'm hoping he has a bigger impact than just like making tackles. Like I hope he gets the guys lined up and stuff. It seems like that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I always thought that Antonio Pierce, when it comes to his instincts at linebacker, like he was great. He was underrated in that aspect. I don't think he gets enough credit for like how he was a true leader on that Giants team on the defense. Like he doesn't get enough credit for the plays that he made. I look at guys like who I was thinking about. I was thinking about Jalen Smith. I know he's a Cowboy, but I just think that the way that he's able to read tight ends, running backs, what he likes to do is like he sets kind of like a triangle formation when he's reading a play. And what he does is it allows him to keep him on his toes so he can anticipate what direction the player's going at. So I think that's really good instincts. And obviously it really does depend on like, some of your like edge rushers. But he's a guy, and then I think of Amari Cooper with his route running. Like he's another guy, like how he's able to set up a lot of the corners with his running. Like it's very intelligent. Like some of his double moves are like just like super impressive. But Brian Urlacher is another guy that I think.
Urlacher, Ray Lewis. Oh, the guy I thought of just recently when you were saying all that, and I was thinking who's really smart was Ed Reed. That guy knew how to cover players. So
Belichick always talked about Ed Reed.
Exactly, because I think he's so dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like Jalen Smith. Like he's definitely, when he's healthy, a top 5 linebacker.
Like Palomalu too. Back in the day, I liked him.
Palomalu would just be everywhere, and he would he was so smart that the Steelers would kind of just let him do what he wants. It's not like he had like a certain assignment. Yeah. So he can be like up near the line of scrimmage, or he can drop back, and he was like very unpredictable like that.
Did Troy make the Hall of Fame yet? Because he should be in. Like if he hasn't made it yet, because I know.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna make it.
He's definitely gonna make it, but I don't know when he's eligible for it.
Yeah, he won at least one Super Bowl, right? So
yeah,
he was so good.
He was so good, like you said. He was all over the place, but he somehow knew how to make an impact everywhere he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was it's crazy. Like his ability to play bump run coverage. He was very good at tackling. He was all over the field. It's true. The Steelers really let him do what he wanted. I always got a kick of when Troy Polamalu would make a big play. I forgot what play it was. I forgot who it was against, but he was able to scoop the ball before it hit the turf. I don't know how he caught that ball, but he was able to catch it, and he was able to scoop it under and secure the football. I forgot who it was against, but I thought that it was such an amazing play that he was able to make. Like he was all over. He was one of my favorite players.
There was a play he like jumped over the center. Was that him? because he would like time the snap count.
Oh
and then
yeah,
he
he was so good at that.
He
Yeah,
like jumped over the center without even touching and like sacked the quarterback. Because
like another great player like that was Deion Sanders.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
so good. He knew how to take away half the field. Just man coverage. Deion Sanders was such a special talent. He was so smart in how he covered
a lot of
players.
intelligence goes into that. It's not just that he was so fast. Like,
Yeah.
he knew exactly where the receiver was going to go because he like knew their tendencies and like he can read
Yeah.
the where it happens.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
great point. I think we've almost been live for 2 hours, 9:45 on the East Coast. So, yeah, we can go for another 10 minutes. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a great stream. Appreciate it, guys.
Oh, so much fun talking to all you guys.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't just Giants the whole time. I mean, let's be honest. There's not much news to cover.
There's no like new stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this question, all right? So, this is for anyone. When your channel gets to over 1,000 subscribers, and like let's say like a year from now, your channel is like very big.
Mhm.
How are you going to change? Are you going to change anything about what you do on YouTube? Are you going to still just kind of do the same thing that you're doing now, or is there something like totally different you have planned for like a year from now?
Good question.
Yeah, tough question.
Tough.
I remember because Amir, I remember you said something about a podcast, and then Louis, I think you said something about
my podcast is something I do with the sports. So I do love my podcast, and I want to make it grow, and I want to put it more. And you're going to help me out. You said I want to put it out more in different platforms, and I love talking to YouTubers. I want to get a whole different variety of YouTubers on there, which is great. So that's something, and also I just want to I really miss sports right now because I started this sports channel last year, and I was calling sports, and I was having so much fun up till March, and then March everything stopped. So it's just I want to get back to calling and analyzing games and all that. I feel like that's what I was doing before, and now I can't do it because of the virus.
But starting today, they have like the spring training game. So yeah, it's been so tough without.
It's been a while, It's been a few months, like 4 or 5 months. So.
Yeah.
The cool thing about like doing the games and stuff like that is like you never know who you're gonna meet and stuff like that. I remember when Clutch Points was doing the little small 10-minute documentary, and I remember I had 50 people waiting for that. I was not expecting that at all. And then like everybody just came in, liked the videos and all that kind of stuff. And then I actually met somebody on there who actually was he was trying to get into sports, and he was kind of like he's already done interviews with like some of the people even in the networks. He's interviewed Stephen A. He's interviewed Carrie Champion. I think he even had an interview with Mark Schlereth, which was actually pretty cool. So so we got into talking a little bit. So kind of like with Amir, it's kind of like I want to just continue to just
it's been a while.
This thing, and it's like I really want to focus on like being a podcast and just getting all these YouTubers, because it's great, because it's like I said before, the cool thing about it is that you get to learn from everybody when you're doing these kind of things, and it's like it's real concrete, and like I said, it's authentic, and I think that's the cool thing about it. It's like I think and hopefully there's more people out there that find this, and I'm pretty sure there's a good amount of people out there, but it's like again I would love to make this like make it a podcast, also just continue to call games, because I just think it's a great way to bring people together, and it's like again what you don't hear on the news, you get to hear it here, like with these YouTubers and like with you guys, man. You guys are doing awesome, man.
YouTube is the best sports outlet out there. It's just like everything. You'll find out anything on YouTube. The sports community is amazing with proud news.
Yeah, and I think like stuff is trending in the direction of YouTube, where it's like a lot of people don't have cable anymore because they don't really watch TV, only for sports really. But then you could find like other ways to watch sports online, or do like
YouTube TV also now. So
So I feel like because you guys started, you didn't start like that long ago, but you have a head start and like you have a good base, and it's going to continue to build. I feel like so I feel like things are trending in the direction of YouTube. Like it's going to get bigger, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, when I first started this channel, like the sports channel, the main thing I wanted to do was play-by-play. That's actually something that and that's what I started doing a lot of. I called a lot of like Cardinals games, basketball games. I've called football games. I've called all three of them, and it's been so much fun. And especially you get to meet new people of the communities and stuff, and you get fans from all over coming to watch your stuff, which is great. And you just, talk to the community. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because you'll realize the same people keep coming in, and then there's new people, but the same people usually keep coming.
I've never called a game, but I'm like inspired now because you guys talked about it. I
It's
wanna
fun.
try
It is legit fun. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
This whole sports community has been great. It's really inspired me to I love sports more than I ever have because of this community. It's amazing. It's just a grind, really. It's a grind. We'll hit 2 hours. We're like 10 minutes away. We might as well just get around the 2 hours.
Yeah, that's good. We'll end it at 2 hours, I guess.
Yeah.
I know.
Alex, how long have you had your channel for?
Oh, this channel I've had 3 years.
Oh, nice.
But I didn't start making sports content until like last year. I started taking it seriously.
So when you first started, it was just kind of like a hobby, like you do it for fun.
I wasn't like totally like serious about it. I was just trying to have fun. But this is like a big hobby. Like this is just
You definitely work hard too. I see you stream a lot and make videos too.
Yeah.
So I feel like YouTube, it's a lot harder than it might seem to some people on the outside.
The crazy thing is I've been on YouTube for 10 years. Originally, I was doing movie content, like movie critic and all that. And so then I switched into sports because when I always watch sports too, movies and sports, like a lot of them. And then the reason is because I saw how Entertainer and Bad Dog and like the bigger channels were doing it, Sports Fury, all the great guys, Philly 500. And I saw how much fun they were having and how much the chat was having fun. And in the chat, you realize a lot of the people are talking with people within the chat. They're not even talking to the audience and stuff. And so it's just so much fun. And that I wanted to do for myself. And then I have my own audience that I gained, plus some other people from them. So it's great. It's just a great community that keeps growing. And I love that,
Yeah.
It's like how much like work you put in is how much you get out of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. It's like
exactly.
you guys all work really hard with this streaming. I don't stream as much as you guys.
Yeah.
But, I want to stream games now. Like I'm pretty.
Well, David, you also
like basketball or baseball.
You also came at a time where COVID was just starting up, right? Like you came at a really unfortunate time.
Bad time.
My channel was growing so fast. Then COVID happened, and that slowed it down. So but the great thing is that sports is coming back, so you'll be able to call games, and I'm pretty sure you'll love it. I think you'll like it.
And the thing is
I just love sports. Like you guys, I can tell just love sports.
Yeah, we love it. I love it.
And the cool thing is, David, the cool thing about this is the fact that because the sports are coming back, and the thing is, a lot of people are like really, really just anticipating, and because they can't go to a ballpark, or they can't go to a football field, or they can't go on a basketball court in a basketball arena, like they're gonna be tuning in. So like the fact that that you can do a game, it's like, because I already know, because the Lakers and Clippers, it's like I already know how both LA fan bases are, so I'm gonna get a lot of them just coming in, and it's like when I do that game, it's gonna be crazy. So trust me, like, and doing the games will actually be pretty fun, especially it is gonna be a little bit difficult to interact just because, especially if you do get a lot of people, just because the comments will be going down like fast, unless if you just have a few people at first. But because I forgot what game I was doing. I did a regular season game. I think it was Sacramento against Dallas. It was hard for me to talk to the chat because there were so many people. I had 50 people watching that, and so many people were like commenting at one time. It was hard for me to get to every comment, so I just focused on the game. And every once in a while, I'll just look at 2 or 3 comments and then just go back. And it's like, and then I would say like, sorry if I don't get to everybody, but it's like because there's a lot of you guys in there. But but it's a lot of fun to call. It is fast and stuff like that, but it is, at least with it. And if you do try to do baseball, which I'm obviously going to do, though, it's like you get more time because it's more chilled. You get time to talk with the chat, and it's cool. So I mean, if you can do it, David, go for it. Honestly, go for it.
Yeah, I might just try it just to see what it's like, because like I love talking sports. I never thought about even announcing or doing play-by-play, but I feel like baseball could kind of be easy.
Well, yeah, that's true, David. And I was the same way when at first I didn't even know there was a market for people doing play-by-play and stuff. But then when I got into Entertainer and all these other guys, and I saw that they are doing it as well, then like I said, I saw the interaction. That's what made me want to do it. I didn't know like that was even a thing of play-by-play. I thought people would just watch the games and that's it. But then I saw that there's a lot of these huge sports channels, and I was like, oh, they're great. I love their content. They have a lot of the same opinions. So I kept tuning in, watching them, learning from them, and then I've been doing it myself, And you're gonna have so much fun, I'm pretty sure, especially baseball, because it is slower. So you will be able to like interact with the chat and whatever. And a lot of my subscribers came from play-by-plays as well. A lot.
Yeah, me too.
Another big aspect of it is I feel like most of the time, it seems like people don't really like the announcers that much anyway.
Oh, they don't. They hate them.
They'll have the game on in the background, and they can like listen and like interact with the chat and like listen to you guys say it. So I think that's a big aspect of it too. Even if they're like able to watch the game, they can watch you at the same time, like on their phone.
Some people do that. They'll mute the TV and they'll listen to your play-by-play. I've had people do that, as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was doing that with Entertainer, like he was doing the Mets game.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah. I just want to say I had a football talk. Thanks for coming in. We'll be on for another 5 minutes. It's been a great stream. Thank you guys for joining. It's been fun talking to you guys. I feel like we have good chemistry together. Since I've worked with everyone here like a bunch of times, I think we gel well together as a group.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on. I love doing this. Anytime you need someone or you want someone to come on your channel.
Yeah.
I love doing this.
Yeah, you're always welcome on my channel, all of you. You're all welcome here. I appreciate you guys being here.
Same with you guys.
But what I was gonna say though, before you end this, Alex, what I remember though, when I first got into it, I was a smaller channel too, because I was like starting fresh, Yeah. And I remember I only had 1 or 2 people that were constantly talking to me, but it was fun because it was like, hey, at least somebody's watching. I was literally talking to like 2 people in the chat, but eventually you grow and stuff, and you already have like people. Like I'm saying, I started from 0 subscribers. You already have
I remember when I started streaming, I was at like 200 subs, 300. It was like 1 or 2 people.
Right? It's always like a few people that come by.
Yeah, there was like 5 max. Like I did not get like much.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you. Yeah.
If you keep doing it, people will come. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep doing it. You gotta stay active. Gotta be consistent.
You gotta be like, it's a grind.
The grind, real. I want to answer AJ's question real quick. How am I a Giants fan? Simple. My dad. That's why it goes in the family. I'm a Giants fan. My dad's dad was a Giants fan. It runs in the family, and he's taken me to a bunch of Giants games. So I just love the Giants. That's why I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah, I'm the same. My dad and my grandpa. My dad was a big New York baseball Giants fan. And
how do you feel that they're in San Francisco? How's he feel about that though?
Yeah, he actually rooted for them because they had Willie Mays, so he would like listen to the radio and like try to get the game. But it was too hard back then. Like it wasn't on TV or anything, so he switched to the Yankees. But I used to like. He used to have a route in the city, and I would drive by the Polo Grounds. Like they don't have a stadium there anymore, but it's cool to see. Like they had like a statue where the stadium was. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
interesting.
Going off on a tangent.
Yeah. How about we'll respond to this one last question and we'll call it a night. If you could meet a Giants player that is currently on the roster in person, who would it be? I'll start off by saying Saquon. I love Saquon. I love everything about him, his personality. I would love to meet him someday, get his autograph. I totally would go for Saquon. How about you, Amir?
Yeah, I was going to say Saquon, too. He's the best player on the Giants, in my opinion. Daniel Jones will be like the next guy I would want meet to see, But Saquon, for sure, because he's the best. I think he's the best player we have on offense.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be running the ball with him a lot, throwing him the ball. He's just going to be really involved in the offense. But Daniel Jones would be a second close option. But, yeah, first Saquon.
Mm-hmm. Lewis?
Yeah, I mean, Saquon is kind of like the obvious choice. It's just the fact that he's my favorite player on the team. Actually, I had a follow-up question, but I'll wait till David answers his.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But But yeah, no, Saquon. Yeah, but no, I don't know. Saquon is he's just an electrifying player, and it's like if I don't get a chance to meet him, I would love to meet Daniel. I would love to meet Daniel Jones. I just love the kid's upside, and I just really feel that he is really going to be the future of this team. I think as long as he stays healthy, as our offensive line continues to get better, I feel like Daniel Jones is going to be a perennial Pro Bowler. I don't know. I just feel it in my heart that he's going to be. I know it's going to be tough because of the quarterbacks that he is, going up against, and I think he's going to have to be obviously stellar. But I honestly believe that he's going to be something special. But if Saquon, if not Saquon, Daniel Jones for sure.
Yeah, for me, I would pick Dexter Lawrence because I'm a Clemson fan.
Really?
And my mom actually lives there, so I can talk to him about that. I feel like I'd have that in common. I've been to Clemson a few times, and I'm gonna continue to go there. So he seems like a nice guy. I actually think he's very underrated too.
He is.
People don't talk about him too much, but I feel like he has a chance to be a Pro Bowl caliber player.
He's really good. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's really good, and he's huge.
Yeah.
He just seems like a fun guy to talk to. So
you're also a Clemson fan too. So you have that
Clemson as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think me and John talked about that before, that we both like Clemson. I don't know. I think we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. They're awesome. I
hope Lawrence. Let's go. Yeah.
Did you have a follow-up question you wanted to ask?
Louis had one. He had a follow-up. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually wanted to follow up on Jesse's Ryans, but I just wanted to switch it up a bit. If you could meet any past giant, who would it be? If there was any past giant that you would have loved to meet, who would it be?
Got the answer for myself.
I got it. Let me go first. I say Eli Manning. I gotta say Eli. I love Eli Manning. He won 2 Super Bowls. He's a class act throughout his career. No doubt it's Eli for me.
I'm gonna surprise you, Alex. It's not Eli for me. It's Michael Strahan. That's who I want to meet right away. I think his personality is so great. I see him on the the network shows and stuff, and he's just one of the best defensive ends that I've seen play. I never saw Lawrence Taylor play. I know he's the best, but oh my gosh, such a great player. Has the record for the most sacks in a single season still, and yeah, I would just love to meet him. I think it would be great.
I would actually pick Lawrence Taylor. It's funny. I was wearing this exact T-shirt. This is a Giant shirt.
Nice.
And I was at the grocery store a year ago, before COVID or whatever. This guy walks up to me, and he's like, "Look at my phone. I want to show you something." He showed me a picture of him golfing with LT. So he's like, "I just met LT on the golf course," because I guess he lives in Florida, around my area. But it would just be fun to ask him about stories of the 80s and the Parsons era.
Did you get to see Lawrence Taylor play?
Do I remember him? I was born in '88, so
probably not.
I think he played until '92. I saw
he
him.
was really old. That was older times. Yeah. But,
yeah. I don't remember him. Yeah.
Last but not least.
But he is one of the most dynamic Giants players. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
He's fun. If you're on those interviews, he sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah, really, really funny guy.
What about you, Louis?
Yeah.
So it's crazy because there's a couple of guys. So the 2 guys that I would like to meet, it would be Tiki Barber, for the reason being that I know that he retired too. He retired too soon.
Yeah.
And he would have been on that Super Bowl team with the Giants in
Super
Bowl 42.
Yeah.
And then because I'm Latin, I would have loved to meet Victor Cruz. I thought that he would have been really cool to meet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of guys who I would have loved to meet. Michael Strahan would definitely be one of them. But if there's 2 guys off the bat, I would have told Tiki in his face, I loved you as a football player. I felt like you was getting better. I'm like, why did you retire, man? I was like, we could have won a Super Bowl, I remember he was very.
He didn't like Eli Manning. That's why he retired. I think that was the reason.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. But I would have told him why'd you quit? I was like, but I understand that. I know that some guys do retire because they just want to keep their health intact because football is a very physical sport, and I've seen a lot of things happen on football.
Yeah.
I do like Tiki Barber, but the only thing I didn't like about him was that he was fighting with Eli a lot. That was the only thing I didn't like about him. But he was a great running back. One thing also I didn't like was that he fumbled a lot, but I did like that he went and worked hard and fixed that. because remember, he used to fumble a lot, and then he changed the way he held the ball.
Yeah.
And he was such a dynamic running back besides the fumbles. He was really good. I agree with you, Louis. He was really, really special. And he retired way too early. But I really think that I didn't like the beef between him and Eli. And, because I remember him saying that Eli would never win a Super Bowl, and then he did. So that's but he is great, like what you said, in terms of skill set. He was really good.
Yeah. Anybody got anything else to add, or I'll just wrap up the stream? Does anybody else? GA, Louis, Amir, anything else?
No, man. I mean, thanks so much for having me on. I love doing this, so I really
great.
Yeah, thank you for having us on.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. For the rest of your evening, go watch some baseball. I'll probably just chill out, watch maybe a game or so. I don't know. They're pretty much over at this point. But yeah, I think Yankees won.
You don't get anything for winning this game, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's just preseason. Thank you, Louis, GA, Amir, for coming. Everyone subscribe to them. Link is in the description below. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I will see you around the bend. Peace.
See you around.